You're probably aware of the book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. But do you, in any way, shape, or form, know the habits of highly evolved people? I'll be right back to share those habits with you, and you can use them in your life. Most of us are familiar with Steven Covey's book and classic, The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. I don't think it gets any better than that as far as identifying the key behaviors of successful people. We all, I think, in some way want to succeed. The habits that Covey identifies are as good as they get. And I think they can help anyone achieve success in their life, whatever that may be for you. Yet we are not here merely to achieve success in the outer world or materially. We're here to also evolve as human and evolve as spiritual beings. So it got me to thinking, and it got me to asking, what are the habits of highly evolved people? What could they possibly be? You know, that question came to me very clearly as I recalled a story about the inventor, Thomas Edison. You know, one evening, there was a massive explosion and erupted in one of his plants. 10 buildings of his production plant were actually engulfed in enormous flames. Several fire departments rushed to the scene, and the chemicals fueled the inferno was so powerful, in fact, it was too powerful to put out very easily. And according to this particular story, Edison calmly walked up over to his son as the fire destroyed his lifelong work. And Edison told his son, "Go get your mother and all of her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again in their life." Now, his son objected to this, and Edison said simply, "It's all right. We just got rid of a lot of rubbish." Now, the interesting about this, Edison could have wept and yelled in anger or locked himself in his house for a period of time in a state of absolute depression. Instead, what he did, he put on a smile, and he told his son to simply enjoy the spectacle. And based upon the incredible number of inventions that Thomas Edison had produced during his lifetime, we can definitely say that he was a clearly effective person in his life. However, he was also a highly evolved person. He was able to endure what most people seem to be a tragedy, that would seem like a setback in a big way. From an elevated point of view, he saw it from that perspective. He reminded us we've got to love what we do and all that entails, both the good and the so-called bad. And so one habit of highly evolved people is this: learn to find the good in everything that happens. Now, I tell you, this is not always easy. Nevertheless, if we ask the right questions and search long and hard enough, we can always find the good in anything. As I observed people who are not only successful in a material way, in an objective way, in far as the world is concerned, but also have an evolved awareness, evolved consciousness, I discovered some practices they have in common. And in no particular order, highly evolved people do the following. Number one, they give thanks for what most people normally take for granted. Number two, they race to see who can be the first to forgive. Number three, they have a tendency to give without agenda. Number four, they live life as a celebration rather than a problem to be solved. And number five, they choose happiness over drama. They also understand the value of downtime, the value of solitude. I invite you to take one of those practices and make it part of your life and see how it would help you become one of those highly evolved people in our world. And remember, as I leave you today, just know that you have the power to create your best life right here and right now.